Hey everyone, it's Matt. I am trying to make a quick video here to explain the game of In the Rows of Life, which is for 1 to 4 players. It is a trick-taking kind of set collection combination game, and the theme is basically you are trying to be better at life than your opponents. And today I'm just going to do a little playthrough of a one-player game because the one player is just going against 2 bots called the Joneses, and you can envision how that would work if the Joneses were actually real people instead. And since it is if you're familiar with trick-taking, it is a must or may not follow trick-taking game, so that's why it works with bots, because they don't have to follow the suit. Anyway, here we go. So it uses the whole deck, including 2 jokers. So you'll need 54 cards in here. The aces are low. And what you do is you deal out 8 cards for each player. I'm imagining this is one of the bots. This is another bot. And this is me. So 8 to each. 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 5, 5, 5, 6, 6, 6, 7, 7, 7, 8, 8, 8. And then in the middle you put the deck, and you flip over one face up, one face down, and then another one face up and face down. And the idea is that we're going to be playing tricks to try and either capture a face-up or a face-down card. Now, on each one, there's going to be, each trick, there's going to be 2 cards up for grabs. So this will be the first trick. The person who wins the trick gets the face-up card. The person who plays the second highest card, or second strongest card rather, gets the face-down card. And the third person, or in a 4-player game, the 4th person, both of them get nothing. So you're trying to be the first or second strongest to get a card. So let me just sort my hand out here. Well, let's put it by suits, so I know what I have. Oh, I have a joker, right, which is a wild card in this game. And I have a lot of clubs. Interesting. All right, so the idea is that, so I'm going to lead first. This is the first trick. We're trying to win these 2, remember? And what you're trying to do is, if you want to gain the card, you should probably play the suit. So this is going to be the trump suit for this trick, which is clubs. And we go around, each playing a card. So let's say, oh, there's going to be 2 clubs, huh? I will play 3 of clubs, and the bot, one of the Joneses here, will play their card. It's a 10 of spades, and they play a 5 of hearts. So I played trump suit, so even though my card is lower than theirs, I would win because I'm on suit. So I would get this face-up card. I add it to, I'll move my hand out of the way here, add it to my row. I now have the ace of clubs in my row. And then offsuit, the person who played the highest card would get the face-down card, which would be the 10 of spades. If they both played the same, like if they had played this 10 instead of that 5, the person who played that value first would win. So either way, they take this as a face-down card. So I don't know what it is, and in a multiplayer game, no one would know other than that player. They can peek at it and see what it is, and then put it back down. So I'm going to slide these over, and we go on. And after I do a handful of these, I'll explain what the scoring is, why you're trying to get cards, right? So there's another club here. Let's say I play this queen. They play a jack of diamonds. Ooh, and they play a joker. Right, now can I explain jokers? So jokers, like I said, are the wild card. They are even higher than a trump. They are the They're the ultra trump, whatever you want to think of it as. So even though I played on suit and a pretty high card on suit, they win because they played a trump card. So they get the face up, 10 of clubs, and they would add it to their row. Now, the thing is, if you were a player who had played this in a 2, 3, or 4 player game, you would have to discard something that was already in your row in order to gain that card. So to use the trump, you have to kind of get something from your row, which might be good or bad depending on your row situation. And then same thing, if you gain it, if this joker had been shuffled in and had wound up being in the deck as like face up card, and someone had won it, they add it to their row, it's worth 2 points, but you would still have to get rid of something. So that's the basic idea. Ultra trump, trump suit next strongest, then highest off suit card wins next. And in this situation, I had the next highest because I was on suit of clubs, and they win nothing. Then you discard these, and you keep on going. So you'll do 8 tricks like this. And everyone built up their rows, and let me just kind of deal these out randomly as if we kept on playing. And let's just say we wound up with rows that wound up like this. So, let me get these cards out of the way. So now for scoring, right? So for scoring, I'm not sure if you can see this. Let me push this up. So if this were my row, at the end, everyone then reveals their face down cards that were in their row so everyone can see. And this is what everyone's rows look like. So let me look at my row first here. If this were my row, how would I score this? So there are a bunch of ways to score and that you need to kind of keep in mind as you're trying to win cards as you play. Which I'll look at everyone's as we do this. So the first way would be is if you somehow wound up with no cards in your row, which is pretty hard to do. That would be the lone wolf. You get 20 points for that, which is really good. So good luck if you can do that. But then going down from there, there are a bunch of 5 things that score 5 points and a bunch of things that score 2 points. So if you have the right connections, like this bot did here, if you have a face card that only touches other face cards, so there's nothing to the side of this jack, it only touches the queen, and this queen only touches face cards, but not this king because it touches that 8 of diamonds. So these two would fall, having the right connections, 5 points for each card that does that. So they get 10 points for that, which is pretty good. We didn't have any face cards. And then the other thing, so then for the number cards, if you have any run, so 7, 8, it can be 2 cards or more, you get 2 points per card in that run. So again, this person is doing pretty good. 7, 8, you would get 4 points for that. 2 points for each card in that run. Over here, they would also get 4 points. 8, 9 is 4 points. Now you can't do 8, 9 and then 8, 9 again. You can only use a card once in a run. So these cards are out. If they had another 8 and another 9, sure. But they only have 8, 9. I do not have any points yet because I don't have a run. Again, aces are low, so they count as 1. So if I had ace 2, that would be a run. And another thing, they don't have to be in order either. So let's say this was actually mine over here, and I had 6, 7, 5. That still counts as a run of 5, 6, 7. Just anywhere in your row in any order, that would be 6 points for that. 2, 4, 6. So I'll give them their points back though. So that's kind of the positional or scoring of having things like that. And then there is scoring for each of the suits. So each suit has its own scoring condition. So why I was kind of going for clubs at the beginning is the clubs one, if you have more clubs than anyone else, there's also themes for all this too. For the runs, that's going for a run, trying to stay healthy, trying to stay more fit than your neighbors. Then, so again, the clubs is popularity. You're in the most clubs. So that's the thematic tie-in. If you have the most clubs out of everyone in their rows, you get 2 points for each club. So I have 3 clubs, they only have 1, they have none. So I have the most clubs, so I get 2, 4, 6 points for that. And they would get none because they have to be the most. And if we were tied, no one would get one. If they had 2 and I had 2, no one gets any points. You have to be the most popular by yourself. So then next, let's see, next we'll do diamonds, which is another one that depends on what everyone else has. So diamonds is wealth. You're trying to be the richest person on the block. And it's whoever has the highest total value of diamonds gets 5 points. And face cards count as 10. So they over here have 10 plus 8 is 18. I only have 6 and they have 0. So they will get 5 points for having the most wealth. Congratulations on them. I get 0 points because, again, only first place. If there's a tie, whoever has the highest rank card of diamonds would be the tiebreaker. Let's see. So then next, we've done clubs and diamonds. We've done popularity and wealth. Then you have work. So work is spades. And you get 2 points for each spade in your row as long as you don't have hearts, which is going to be love. The idea thematically is that you're focusing on work, focusing on your career, not your love life. So you can't have both. So they actually wouldn't score any points because they have a heart in their row. Over here, they have 2 spades and no hearts in their row, so they would score 2, 4 points for that. I have no spades. And then the last one is hearts, which no one scored love here. If you have exactly 2 hearts cards in your row, you would, so let's say they had this in here instead. That would be exactly 2 hearts in their row. They would score 5 points for that. You found a match, you found a pair. And that doesn't, spades only matters if you're going for spades. There can be spades when you find love. You can have work and love in that instance. But it has to be exactly 2. So you can't have just 1, can't have 3. It has to be exactly 2 hearts to get that love bonus. And that is all the way to scores except for the joker, which I mentioned briefly before. If the joker winds up in your row, you get 2 points for that. So just worth 2 points flat out. So yeah, so you have lots of different ways of scoring, and you can look at the rules for the full list of that. But that is the basic idea. Then you keep score, and you play 3 rounds of that, and see who has the most points at the end. And the person who has the most points at the end, you win at life. Congratulations. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions, any of that stuff. Thanks.